Welcome to the Uplift. We have a great show for you today and a great cast of characters. A little boy who loves animals so much, he's incorporated them into his Christmas Eve tradition. A group of students turned secret Santas, tasked with spreading joy to strangers for Christmas. Farmers who put a spin on Christmas trees. And a store owner who put a spin on his toy shop. Plus, meet the families of fallen military heroes and the huge gift they received for the holidays. All of that and more heartwarming news. You're watching The Uplift. Hello there, I'm Jamie Yukas, and this is the show that lifts you up for at least the next 30 minutes. We begin with a group of students who turned into a fleet of secret Santas, tasked with spreading joy to strangers. Here's Steve Hartman.
The red caps were the only clue.
Yeah!
The only hint that something Christmas was afoot.
Here we go.
Something that would soon strike straight to the heart.
Are you guys serious?
Seriously?
The kids responsible for these moments of overwhelming joy are all students and former students of Derek Brown.
Also, lights, please.
A Phoenix elementary teacher who uses our on-the-road stories to teach kindness and character. A perennial favorite,
Merry Christmas.
Secret Santa. That wealthy businessman who every year gives out hundreds of $100 bills to random strangers.
It's impossible. This is impossible.
It is possible. It's true.
Watching Secret Santa do his thing
Crazy.
made a huge impression on the kids.
I was like shocked because, well, who does that?
I've never seen anyone like just give money away like that.
Could you imagine that someday it would be you?
No, not ever.
And so, with guidance from Mr. Brown,
I sent everybody an itinerary.
the kids started a Secret Santa club and began fundraising, calling friends, family, and businesses. They raised $8,000 without any help from their school or district, just so they could turn around and give it all away.
It's okay.
To people like Rosemarie Hernandez. Rosemarie had been out of work for a week.
You will give me a lot of relief. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys. Oh my God.
They also gave money to Deidre Taylor.
Oh my God.
Deidre had just gotten diagnosed with cancer and was down to her last $20.
You guys are amazing.
Gracias.
The children spent the day changing dozens of lives. And along the way, they noticed something remarkable, that the more they gave, the more they got.
I'm so happy right now.
You get so many feelings in your body that just makes you like want to do it again.
Their joy, that's the gift to you.
Their joy, that's the gift to you. Exactly the realization Mr. Brown was hoping for.
I want this memory to be so strong that it now drives them every day in everything they do.
Did today change you?
Definitely. I never felt this way in my life. So this was really a life changer for me.
Whoever said money can't buy happiness, obviously, never gave it away.
Oh, she's so special. We now want to introduce you to 9-year-old Oliver Blair, who loves animals so much so that he's incorporated them into his annual Christmas Eve tradition. Caitlin O'Kane has his story.
Most kids wake up on Christmas morning and race to open their presents under the tree. But for the past 3 years, 9-year-old Oliver Blair hasn't woken up at home. He wakes up at Harvest Hills Animal Shelter in Fryeburg, Maine, because on Christmas Eve, Oliver has a sleepover with the rescue cats and dogs at the shelter. He fills their stockings with treats, watches movies with them, and brings them comfort on the holiday.
I wanted to do it this year again because I want the animals to be happy.
It's his way to raise awareness for fostering and adopting pets, and he raises money for the animals too. His goal this year?
I'll try to raise more than last year and help out the animals.
Joan McBurney, executive director of Harvest Hills, says Oliver volunteers at the shelter where his mom works year-round.
He gets me crying every time we do an interview together because I think this is just amazing that a young person gives up his family time to be here because his true love are these animals and to take care of them. And I'm so proud of him.
He is amazing. Still ahead, a place where there's only one answer to the question, do you want a real tree or an artificial one? The great holiday season debate has begun. How long do you keep your Christmas tree? For one farmer in California, it's not about taking your tree down, it's how you put it up. Here's John Blackstone.
The journey of a Christmas tree to an American family sometimes begins with the tree dangling from a helicopter over an Oregon tree farm. Tyler Stone's family has been growing Christmas trees in Oregon for 60 years.
This is the only business we do. People think we only work once a year, but we work year-round to make this happen. The helicopters.
Stone's family ships about 200,000 trees each year.
This product takes 8 to 10 years to come to your home. And so there's a lot of love and attention that our family puts into these.
But the trees grown by Stone's family only get a single Christmas in the spotlight.
Yes.
For Monica Hudson, that's not nearly enough.
So these are all Nordman fir over on this side as we're walking through.
On her much smaller tree farm in California, Hudson does not cut trees down. She keeps them growing in containers.
They're beautiful, aren't they?
They
look so alive because they haven't been dead for a month or two.
Hudson doesn't sell her trees, she rents them. Each tree is numbered and fitted with a tracking device, so families can get the same tree year after year.
I have one tree that's gone for 6 years to the same family. If you liked it and it was 4 feet and next year it's 4.5, we tell you in September, yeah, it looks good. It costs a little more this year, but you can have your baby back.
In early December, the potted trees start getting loaded for delivery.
Here comes the Christmas tree.
A month-long rental costs from $35 to as much as $400, depending on the size and variety. Anthony Walker and his sons Aiden and Steely happily greet their rented tree each year.
We had the same one for a couple years in a row, so it's kind of like another family member, you know.
As Christmas tree farms go, Hudson's is tiny, only 1,000 trees. Do you tell the trees how lucky they are not to be chopped down in October?
Like you pardon a turkey, you pardon the tree.
Back in Oregon, where millions of trees are cut down, Tyler Stone assures us his family plants a new one for everyone they harvest.
It's a tree, so it's providing oxygen. Nothing better for the environment than a real Christmas tree.
In truth, Christmas trees are harvested like any other agricultural crop. But for a few weeks in December, they become so much more.
Very cool. Major Kenny Thomas is turning his passion for flying into a nonprofit to inspire others to take to the skies. Here's Nora O'Donnell.
Major Kenny Thomas has loved airplanes since he was a kid.
I used to get the books from the library that just had pictures of airplanes, the airplane encyclopedias.
The Air Force reservist was 28 when he first flew a plane, but he wished he had started flying sooner.
I remember on one of my first flights, I flew up to the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I remember seeing a bunch of kids out there flying, and I was like, man, how come I didn't know about something like this when I was their age? And that was one of the things that sparked me to be like, all right, I got to find a way to be able to give kids who were me that same experience and exposure.
Now, Thomas leads the nonprofit Legacy Flight Academy.
We want to make sure that people in all communities have the same access to being able to get jobs as pilots.
Only 2% of pilots in the U.S. are black. Thomas and his volunteers want to change that by getting kids in planes and teaching them history.
The foundation of Legacy Flight Academy is the Tuskegee Airmen. We want to live the legacy, which is what we're doing. By having excellence, having integrity, by setting goals, we're living the legacy. And then growing the legacy is when we go out and we find these students and we help them get to where they can reach their goals and reach their dreams.
I never thought of it as more than a childhood dream.
Shania Marshall is a pilot today, thanks to Thomas.
And Legacy Flight Academy gave me my first scholarship for $7,500, which allowed for me to finish my private pilot's license.
You can book when you get to the end of the runway, 1,000-foot markers. What's your...
When do you usually pull it?
1,000-foot markers.
When you're flying with a student and you're trying to teach them something and all of a sudden they get the aha moment, it makes you feel like all the work you're putting in with them and all the energy and all the time is worth it.
How fulfilling is that? Coming up next, we take you to what's known as the oldest toy store in Los Angeles, where all the toys have one thing in common. Any guesses? Find out after the break. Toy stores get a lot of traffic during the holiday season, and Kips Toy Store in Los Angeles is one that stands out because all of the toys have one thing in common. Joy Benedict has the answer.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
It's a festive season of buying bliss, but hidden among the stores you know is one you should remember.
We've been in business since 1945.
So a minute or two.
Just a minute or three.
It's not a big shop.
Let's go for a walk.
But owner Don Kipper struts around Kips Toyland with a knowledge of playthings learned over decades, as this is the oldest toy store in Los Angeles. But some of the toys have been around even longer.
1816. So this has been around over 200 years.
From kaleidoscopes to stuffed animals, volcanoes, and toy phones, Kips showcases toys with one thing in common.
We do not sell anything that plugs in.
The only power needed is that of the imagination.
We prefer games that will cause kids to engage with others instead of sitting in the corner playing with their thumbs.
But obviously it wasn't this Kipper that first opened these doors. It was his father, Irvin Kipper, 78 years ago.
An amazing man. He was a pilot during World War II. His plane was shot down and spent time in a Nazi prison camp. So while he was there, he envisioned a happy life afterwards, and it became the toy store.
He walked these same rows of toys until he retired in 2011.
I insisted my dad retire. He was 95 then.
A legacy his family chose to continue. And although they carry some of the oldest toys ever made, they also have some of the most popular. Rows of Lego kits, a wall of Barbies, a barrage of board games, which bring in the shoppers searching for a little nostalgia.
They're colorful and bright, and I feel like I learned a lot from them. And it's something that I can have in common with my kids.
And although there are thousands of toys in here, even this toy man has a favorite.
My favorite toy? Let's go for a walk. There, ugh, wooden blocks, fresh out of the kindergarten classroom. The only thing that limits your use of this is your imagination, which is why I love it.
Love that is in every toy, wrapped and ready to give, in hopes of spreading a little holiday cheer.
So fun. The holidays are oftentimes for spreading cheer, and for those who could use a little pick-me-up, the Make-A-Wish Foundation has come up with a simple way to deliver joy. Here's Caitlin O'Kane.
I'll tell you what, I'm so just happy to be alive and just happy to cheer people up. Like, I just love cheering people up.
Despite battling cystic fibrosis, 9-year-old Annabelle Hansen has remained positive. Very positive.
I feel like I'm just the good luck charm. Like, no matter where I go, I just am good luck.
Last year, she found out she was receiving a Make-A-Wish, fulfilling her dream of playing hockey with the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
On Christmas Day, my parents told me that I was going to meet the Knights. They got me like a hat, they got me socks, they got me a shirt. It was just so cool experiencing it.
Fast forward to this Christmas, Annabelle is the one fulfilling wishes. She's one of several Make-A-Wish kids asked to record uplifting holiday messages for the Holiday Wish Line, a hotline made by Make-A-Wish that aims to spread cheer through the phone.
I was just so happy because like for a holiday, like if they were lonely and didn't have anything to do on Christmas, they can just call the holiday hotline, and then they can hear me tell them how I would cheer them up. If someone were sad in my family, I would give them a hug, and then I would say, "Do you want to come play with me?"
Make-A-Wish knows how powerful it can be to boost someone's mood.
There's a misconception still out there that this is the last wish, and that's just not the case. This is a lasting wish. That's what we like to say. It's not the last wish, it is a lasting wish. And the majority of our wish children go on to have very healthy, productive adulthoods, and many of them actually credit the wish as a turning point in their own journey, both emotionally and physically.
And Annabelle, whose cystic fibrosis is now manageable, knows that firsthand.
I'm just so happy to be alive, man. It's like I was made to cheer people up. Like, that's just my purpose in life.
Made to cheer people up. I love that. If you need a little extra pick-me-up, you can call the Make-A-Wish Holiday Hotline from now until the end of the year. Now, coming up after the break, meet a young songwriter who had trouble believing in her ability until her original song earned her a spot on an iconic stage. We now want to introduce you to a young songwriter who had trouble believing in her talent until a teacher took her under her wing and something extraordinary happened. Here's Christina Capatides.
I think when I was younger, I wanted to be a pop star for sure. That was the dream. But I wasn't great at singing, and even my mom, she tried to let me down slowly and be like, "No, Abby, that might not be for you."
But all that changed when the right teacher came into Abigail's life.
I've been a music teacher for 21 years. I did not enjoy school. I had teachers that didn't believe in me, and music is the only thing that gave me confidence. I didn't feel seen in high school, and I want them to feel seen.
In her guitar class, she encourages her students to channel their emotions and their experiences into lyrics for an original song.
My song is called The Moments, and it's about me moving away. Next year I'm going to college, and I have a little brother and sister, and just how much I'm gonna miss them.
I look down at my brother, summer freckles on his nose, and I know that this moment will be better than most.
Not only did Miss Derryberry coach her in writing her song, she then submitted it, along with others in the class, to the Country Music Hall of Fame, which selected a handful of students to be paired with professional songwriters in Nashville who'd pen music to go with the students' lyrics. And Abigail, who was once told that music just might not be for her, had her song chosen.
The first thing I feel when I heard the news was just absolute shock. My mom says that it feels like my senior year's a movie, and I can't agree more.
This December, Abigail took the stage at Bridgestone Arena as part of a concert called All for the Hall, helmed by country music giants Keith Urban and Vince Gill.
Oh my goodness, I just met Vince Gill. That was crazy. It just doesn't feel real. It really made me kind of step back and just look at all the blessings in my life.
It was a testament not only to Abigail's perseverance, but to the power a single teacher can wield in a child's life, helping them achieve things they could have never dreamed possible.
When I was at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum and Paulina Jane performed Abigail's lyrics, I was in the back of the room and I just had tears running down my face. It's life-changing for those students. It gives them confidence that they didn't even know they didn't have, that they needed, that they could be successful.
I know that next year I'm moving away, but till then we'll have these moments that I know will never fade.
All of us have students that come to us and we're their person. We're their safe place that they can come to when something's going on. Being a teenager is hard. I can't even imagine what that is like in today's age. Yes, I'm a music teacher, but really it's the unspoken curriculum. I want to be an adult that the students know they can count on and that they know will follow through for them.
Teachers are so important. The holiday season can be one of sadness for those who have lost loved ones. So One Foundation is working to bring some joy to those who are struggling with loss. Here's Manuel Bajorquez.
Based on all these smiles, you may not know that the holiday season can be quite difficult for the families here.
Christmas was one of the favorite holidays. When he passed, I didn't care anything about Christmas.
He was her husband, Army Sergeant Brendan Scallon, who died in 2015. The Gary Sinise Foundation Snowball Express understands. It throws a massive party each December to give families of fallen heroes a reason to celebrate together.
Here, they feel normal. And so I feel it's a relief.
Behind that happiness is an army of volunteers who help make all of this fun free for more than 1,800 spouses and children. Corcynthia Williams and her girls, Georgia and Jacqueline, who lost Timothy Williams in 2018, are here for the second time.
They get to just step into a world where they get to be kids and experience wonder and magic is something that I will be forever grateful for.
It helps me meet new people who understand what I've been through, because people back home, they don't understand. Like, they haven't had a similar loss.
Nothing can replace that loss, but this is a reminder that there can still be joy.
And that's our show. I hope this news brightened your day and lifted you up.
This episode of The Uplift is presented by the Subaru Share the Love event.